So, this video is about the fentanyl zombie apocalypse. From an Illuminati perspective, of course. How could you expect anything less from the one and only Illuminati magician? At the beginning of the fentanyl and COVID apocalypse, I was captured and imprisoned for several years. That's when it was just starting to get really bad. It was quite possibly the worst time to be confined because the Wu flu going around. It was a somewhat dangerous virus, yet I think that the response to it was vastly disproportionate to the actual danger of it. What it really was a fascinating social experiment. You've seen people attacking each other for not wearing masks. You've seen people who knew it was mostly hype. In fact, right when Corona Chan started to spread her love all across the nation, I went to the store and bought a 12 pack of Corona and some weed. I figured if it was as bad as they said, then it was a good time to blaze and drink. Then my life was basically ruined, and I was imprisoned for a prolonged and indeterminate period of time. Prolonged because I kept choosing to get high, occasionally, and they didn't like that. That's not what this is about, though. Locked up for several years, I came out to find a changed world. You see the fentanyl zombies everywhere, out for your daily walk, asleep on the bus, looking pretty much catatonic. I had a friend of mine, Stephen, who recently lost his life to fentanyl, probably, and several other family members who died of it. My auntie, probably, and my cousin who smoked a prescription fentanyl patch. The thing is now, you gotta be on high alert. It could be as simple as finding a random pill you find at the bus stop, and bam, you're unalive. I seen this one guy. He was catatonic in basically a tree area in a concrete enclosure. It looked like literally the most uncomfortable place ever to be sleeping. Usually I just mind my own business. Yet this guy looked like he'd wind up with the worst backache of his life if he stayed there. So I told the nurses to try to save his life. Not sure what happened to that guy. I heard stories of a guy giving people the naloxone shot, and when they came to, they attacked him for ruining their high. Cautioned by this tale, I remain hesitant to intervene. Yet if it was my bro, I would have hoped someone would have interfered. The thing is, back when I was free, the most common drug of choice was meth, and people would go out, steal cars, tweak out, and commit crimes, and actually be more active as far as getting into trouble. However, these fentanyl addicts seem to be more of a danger to themselves, actually. They might commit a few crimes when they're high, but most of the time, at least during the day, you find them just doing random, inexplicable things, such as ranting to the Tim Hortons cashier with a girl, telling a woman that she's her wife, and random, inexplicable things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's sad that we're losing so many people to this awful drug, and the juxtaposition between COVID and fentanyl, before COVID and fentanyl, to after was incredibly striking. The moral of this story is don't do drugs. They are more dangerous than ever before, and many people have died, and many more will. It can be as simple as taking a pill you find at the bus stop, and that could lead to a trip to the ER, or worse, a morgue. Be mindful and vigilant when you travel the city. There are those who wish you harm and prey upon the naive and unguarded to make money off you and get you hooked on the worst possible drug imaginable. My friend Steven only smoked meth for a long time, and one day, I guess he got a bad batch. Rest in peace to all the friends, family members, and humans that are suffering due to this terrible drug, and I pray to God that none of you get hooked on it. Stay sane, stay safe, and stay vigilant. I hope you all take this to heart and stay off these terrible drugs. I choose life, not death, and I hope you do too. Peace and blessings, everyone.